I'll send you an invite to the new lobby. Hiya, hello. So you may have noticed we've been on the starting soon screen for quite a bit. We do have an explanation for that. It is we've had a bit of issues setting up the lobby. Yeah, apparently we had license. Apparently the license level was wrong. I don't know. It was a whole thing, but we're rehosting the lobby now. We're getting it all done. We'll be back in a few minutes' time with the qualifying getting ready to go. So just hold on with us. And just cut back to the screen. The other screen. writing desk or get my chair fixed. Hello, everybody. Welcome to Texas. I swear I want to sing "See Home Alabama" so hard right now.
Yeah, so welcome to Texas. This is going to be an interesting race, of course. The second race in which I'm here, so it's going to be interesting now that I'm getting to know the drivers. It is very interesting track of 5.5 kilometers or 3.4 miles. And yeah, it's going to be interesting to see what lap times these drivers can set.
Alright, here we go. Let's see who's going to be first to leave the pit lane at the circuit. I need to figure out. I've gotten rid of the chair, by the way, so I am sitting on the ground for this.
Yeah.
Well, let's see who is going to be first to leave the pit lane.
We're waiting, and so far no one has left the pits, so it will be interesting.
No one's willing to take a bite.
They definitely will want to wait for that track evolution where they can gain those few tenths just by that rubber that those other drivers leave on the track.
Make sure you're hiding UI and set track time, set detail to not detail. Make sure to set lap data to enabled and map to enabled. Not entirely no UI, just so it doesn't show the recommended buttons to press. Anyways, BMH has just left the pits, Yin leaving pits now, Rico leaving pits. It's Veckel also leaving the pits now, Yuri out the pits. It's Leclerc is also leaving the pits. I'm just going to call him Leclerc because it's just easier. Just make sure to get rid of the F2 hide UI. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah, well, Lewis, what are your bets for today? Who do you think is going to take pole position for the race?
I mean, isn't it obvious by now?
It might be Rico, but again, you never know. Hold on, the delay on this.
You still need to see the leaderboard.
The delay is absolutely massive.
Yeah, it is massive, so I can't tell what you're putting. Actually, if you share your screen, maybe it makes it easier for me, because then I know what you're seeing.
Oh yeah, hold on. I can change the delay really quickly. Sorry for the inconvenience.
Or you're going to change it to real time?
Ultra low latency.
I don't even know if you can do that during a stream.
I think it will catch up. It should do. So yeah. BMH has just started his lap.
Yeah.
And again, we apologise for the inconvenience there.
It's just
been a bit disorganised, to be honest, but it should be a good race.
Disorganised is an understatement.
Yeah, so BMH sets a purple first sector.
Okay, not bad to get started off with. Jesus Christ, your stream is rarely behind. You're still in sector 1 for me.
Yeah, it's catching though. It's 30 seconds or something now.
I'll refresh the page and see if that works.
Yeah, it's slowly catching. But BMH, will he be able to set the fastest lap? And will he be able to keep that against his teammate Rico, who is probably also going to have a good time?
I'm going to take the name Rico to the grave.
That is true. Anytime you hear Rico, I mean, he's a Dutchman, so of course he's got that blood.
Then the national anthem comes out. And I know Mara is probably going to play it if I can't.
Wards gets a 5-place grid penalty. That's going to be really bad, as he is usually a good qualifier, as Yin Murray sets the first lap faster than BMH by 13 thousandths.
Yeah,
so 1.5.
Oh, less than that actually. 0.013.
Yeah, that's true. So
That is quite the difference. Anyways, Six Latifi getting on his lap now. Leclerc finishing his.
yeah, he's definitely gonna have to go out for another one, as already he is behind. As for Cooley in the Williams sets a 133, which he definitely will not be happy with. Definitely going to leave him near the back of the grid.
Yeah, most likely. Thing is, the grid here in Tier 1 is really competitive. So if you're not ready to take it on, then just hope you have a time good enough for Tier 2. Thing is, I'm not exactly sure what time you need to get into Tier 1, or Tier 2, or Tier 3, since Mary's... Oh no.
Is that my internet, or was that Ward's?
Your stream is lagging. It's now on
Fuck's
the loading
sake.
thing. Yeah, no,
Oh.
now on the loading screen. Oh, for fuck's sake.
Why has that happened? It's oh, what the fuck?
Why did Mara think this was a good idea? I think this was a good idea.
No, I mean, hello. So we should be back now,
Yeah.
and that
folks.
yeah, we apologise, and the delay is now smaller, thankfully. You just give me a minute to set this up again.
Yeah, it's much smaller now.
Yeah, that won't happen again. Hopefully, you know.
Hopefully.
We should be fine.
Because if it happens mid-race, I'm going to flip several tables.
It won't. We'll be alright. Don't worry about it. That will...
I've got like 70 cables. I need to fix this before it becomes a fire hazard.
Alright.
Which it probably will today.
So, GP, first time I see that name, he currently holds provisional pole by 4/10, 4.5.
I think other people know him as Slicks Latifi. Last name Nicholas. No, it's the other way around.
Yeah, so Supra in the Alpha, definitely one of the better drivers we saw last time, is definitely gonna, I think, or was he at the back?
No, he's in P2.
Alright, well, he's definitely a good driver, and he will want to challenge for that pole position. But we still have a lot of drivers, including Rico and Wards, the best qualifiers, who have still not went out. And now BMH is on his out lap, as is Marcel and Juice, both the Aston Martins and the Red Bull.
Surprised Rico hasn't set a time yet.
Well, he's definitely just waiting for that track evolution, or he's trying to get his setup right. Who knows? BMH starts his lap.
I'm kind of just watching Rico. You can watch whichever driver you want.
Yeah, right now I'm watching BMH, a good qualifier. Definitely will want pole position, and I think that's Wards that went off, but thankfully it is his out lap. He's just warming his tyres, so that shouldn't hurt him at all. As BMH is almost
a need to know the telemetry data.
Yeah, is Rico is
he is going around the corners,
sorry,
trying to keep the car pretty stable, but he's not. Some lines he's going on the outside and then taking the inside, so he's trying to keep to some sort of a consistent racing line.
As the two Aston Martins are currently at the back, but they are on their out lap, so they definitely will want to set a good time, because Marcel and Juice were both strong contenders for the front. As Rico gets pole position, what a surprise, by 400ths.
4,000ths, actually.
No, that's hundredths.
No, hundredths is the first digit.
No, tenths is the first digit, hundredths is the second, thousandths is the last. So Rico sets pole position by almost half a tenth, as BMH goes up into P3 or no. Yeah, he does.
Let the McLarens cook.
Yeah,
Jesus
will this
Christ.
be a McLaren 1-2 start? They're both very strong drivers.
Maurer is in Alfa Romeo, but he's the team principal of McLaren.
That's interesting.
And yet he could be in Mercedes, which is his academy team.
Yeah, we will see. But Rico will probably be starting off pole position again, because, you know.
Unless somehow someone can just be like, hello everybody, my name is Markiplier.
Yeah, it was a very difficult for Rico to get pole off of Wards last time. I believe Wards did get pole position. Rico just not finding that time in the last sector.
I mean, yeah. I'm thinking Ian has some good competitiveness. I think he's got it in him to take pole position.
Yeah, Ian is currently on a lap, I believe, but he was 2 tenths slower in sector 2 from, I think that's from pole position. So that is not going to be the best lap for him.
If you know anything about Max Verstappen, he could gain 2 tenths on any circuit.
Yeah, that is true. These are really good drivers, and it's really just see, because some drivers are better at certain sectors, and it's not really fair to the southern sectors, and their overall lap time again is.
So when you're picking a driver, you need to consider all of the variables. Like, what is their average sector in sector 2? Like, oh, it's pretty slow, but they do have a fast lap time still.
Yeah, that is true.
And
as Yin Morris goes off.
Also, corner cars.
Oh, that is bad for Yin, but
that's not going to be good for him at all.
It won't be, as that's Hamilton. Is he on a lap, or is that his in lap?
He is on a lap, I think.
No, I don't think he is. Yeah, he's going slow. Marcel, though, he is on a lap. He's almost. Oh, has he? Unfortunate.
Yeah, you can tell when
red
the driver is invalidated because of the red.
Yeah. Alright, so at the moment, Rico in provisional pole right now.
Surprisingly, Wards hasn't gone out to set a lap time until now. He's starting his out lap.
Yeah, he is going now. Rico retires.
Is so confident in his lap time here that he's going to retire from the session.
Yeah, that's
But with
true.
drivers such as Latifi, BMH, Supra, Yuri, Yin, and Hamilton, Leclerc, Marcel, and Vettel in this race, things can always change. And yes, I'm suggesting hypothetically that a Williams could get P1.
Yeah, and now Giorgio in currently P2, seeing Rico's retired, is going out for another lap. Because if he sets a faster time, of course, Rico can do nothing about it, as Leclerc goes out for another lap, definitely wanting to improve from P8.
It's all about taking the risks and seeing them out.
Yeah.
Because if you're not taking risks, you're not really a racing driver, because you're not going for what you want, you're going for what you think is safe.
That's true. We'll have to see.
Honestly,
so many drivers going out for a lap now will want to improve on their previous one. We'll have to see what time Ward sets, as he did take pole position last time.
Definitely going to want to improve on his lap. That's like tier 3 level. Oh.
What's the keybind to cycle forward and backward? Because I'm using the numbers right now.
Be specific.
To just go forward and backward with the drivers thing.
I usually use a controller for commentary.
Alright, well, we'll see. Most drivers are now on their out lap. Wards is currently setting his lap.
I think you can use, let me check in the settings what it is.
Oh, as Hamilton retires from the session.
Why would you use a keyboard for fucking... Okay.
Because I'm not driving.
There's some random UDP
It's
stuff.
fine, I've got it.
You've got it.
Yeah. Alright, so Wards...
I think it's just arrows keys anyway.
No, it's not, but it's fine, I've got it. So, Wards definitely will want to set pole position again, but will he be able to? He is obviously very strong at qualifying, but, you know, you never know. On some tracks, a driver...
like Red Bull and Ferrari. Ferrari will start on pole, but then Red Bull will read them.
Yeah, that is true. And again, one driver can have an extremely good lap time on one track, but be bad on the other. And as Wards goes across the line in P3, so that is a podium place, provisionally, of course.
Yep, and that is it. Qualifying is now over.
Yeah, so there is currently no drivers in the pits, as that's Mare that goes off the track.
Technically, except for 2 people, Rico and Hamilton. Technically, when you DNF, you are in the pit lane.
So, is Ward going for another lap hit?
Oh,
never mind.
My goodness!
Oh, and
Latifi!
By 3/10, he sets pole position, and I do not think anyone is going to beat that. Rico will be devastated, as yeah, that is.
I think the Latifi plan is incoming.
This is interesting. Haven't seen him before driving. Will he be able to keep that pole position though and convert into a win? We'll have to see.
It is up to what happens here.
As Supra is on his lap, 2/10 down in sector 4/10.
The Williams of Vettel has no tyre.
And Supra sets P3, knocking Wards down from sorry.
And that's it. That is qualifying over. We're only just waiting.
That is everyone finished with their lap. And
why are we waiting?
Time remaining 1:30.
Yeah, but Yin's in the pits.
Interesting. That's the game.
I just love when the game breaks. It just does.
Supra will definitely be very happy improving his lap time to start from the second row.
Let's see if he can keep it though. Vettel though, that is just hilarious. This tire is just going.
Yeah. Anyway, hopefully everything.
There it is. 5-place grid penalty for Woods, if you remember from the start of qualifying, though.
Oh yeah, unfortunate. And
I've got to go to race director.
Yeah, so we'll see. What did he get that penalty for? Collision. I see. Yeah, so Rico will be starting from P2 as he did last race, and he managed to challenge for the race win then. Will he be able to do that again? We'll have to see.
I'm just quickly taking screenshots of the results to send to our designated RLT specialist, Kevin O'Reilly, who is meant to be racing, but he is on vacation. He's having a nice time.
Yeah, hopefully. And yeah, so
unless he's in a shithole.
Hopefully all the issues that happened before will now be behind us and we'll have a good race. So yeah, and I believe we will. And especially with these starting positions, it will be interesting as there will be definitely many people contending for those. Huh?
Who are you betting on winning tonight?
Oh, what the fuck?
What happened?
Oh, what has happened?
Oh, for fuck's sake!
How has that happened? Fuck
me later. I think just DNF as soon as the race starts.
Yeah, I guess so. Oh, fuck. I fuck me.
Why did you not click wave?
Alright, well, that's the last issue we'll be having.
Hopefully, it's the last issue. Otherwise, I'm gonna lose my fucking mind.
I pray there's no one behind me. Oh, thank God there's no one behind me. My steering wheel.
No, because usually if you miss qualifying but end up in the race, you end up last.
Alright, thank God there's no one behind me, because I don't have...
Otherwise, you could have impeded someone's time, and that could have been it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh my goodness. And it's lights out, and away we go. GP gets a great getaway, but Rico's going to challenge for the position. And Rico, they're going side by side. Rico gets ahead of Tsrl T1 R10. But then he gets the position back. And they're going to keep swapping around. Wait, is that Leclerc challenging? He's pushing forward.
Yeah.
But I don't think there's enough pace to get to Rico. Oh, hold on. He's getting pretty close. Okay.
That's incredible. Rico has not managed to get into P1, but will he be able to later on in the race? Yeah, that is true.
Everything can change here. Not Woods.
Oh, there is contact between Marcel, Yin, and Mare, I think that was, as Leclerc goes into P2.
Rico almost losing his position.
That is interesting. Who was that contact between and who caused it? We will definitely see that in the replay later. As Ward goes up into P8, fighting with Trompetus, will he be able to get in front? Yes, he will.
Rico, while you still have time, F2.
Marcel and Mare fighting as they were previously involved in a collision, so they are now near the back of the grid. Other than Hamilton, who is a whole 10 seconds behind. Supra goes up into P4, getting that overtake on So no, he doesn't actually. So Yin goes up to P12. Hamilton goes into the pits. Does he have damage? He's changing the tyres and the front wing, so definitely had some damage there. BMH and P5 will be wanting to move up to come closer to his teammate to strategize together.
Looking at Lucas's on board right now, he's gaining time on the AlphaTauri in front of him, but he's not making a move just yet. Oh no, he might. No, he won't actually. He's playing it carefully. Yin's gonna get the position because Lucas couldn't keep to the racing line. And BMH
goes up into P4. The grid is really tight right now. Bank 6 and Trumpetus fighting right now. Trumpetus ends up getting in front. He'll oh
God.
Wow.
That's dangerous.
Yeah, that is incredible.
Extremely dangerous. They're going 3 wide.
Oh. As Marcel moves up into P13, Yin moves down to P15. Rico setting the fastest lap.
136.2. But Latifi is still leading. DRS now enabled.
Yeah, Rico will definitely.
Is that gonna jeopardize Latifi?
Yeah, it definitely will. They probably will be swapping the positions unless Rico can keep it going. Bank 6 goes up into P9, fighting with.
They're still fighting with Vettel here. It's quite competitive.
Bank 6 gets a time penalty.
Lovely jubbly, just what you want to see.
Yin Moriz also with the time penalty. We're going to see the same thing as we had in Qatar with the track limits. This is also a pretty difficult track for track limits.
Yeah, you come in near to the end of the season where there's competitiveness. Vettel is near to going side by side with the AlphaTauri. Does he though? He does. He overtakes Bank 6. He's got the position. Marcel as well. Bank 6 is falling behind.
As Juice moves up into P6, getting a better position for that Aston Martin. Let's see what's going on with Rico and Latifi.
Super fighting. I'm seeing a good angle here. Oh god. There was a bit of a touch on the Aston Martin there during that fight. Supra's right behind, BMH in front, leading the pack of people. Well, Supra remaining really close. That was almost a collision.
As Juice goes for it.
Juice goes, but he gets it. I was about to say he didn't.
Yeah, Ward and Yuri fighting. As Juice goes for it and makes it. BMH goes off the track, tries to keep that position, but Juice manages to keep it.
FIA is definitely going to have a fun time with penalties during this race.
Yeah, that is very true. There will be a lot of fighting. This is a very interesting track to see.
I'm seeing a lot of weaving from Jukes up ahead of BMH. I think Jukes is actually trying to defend him from overtaking a bit too aggressively. But it might not work here as we go into the next corner. As
Juice does not have DRS 4 seconds behind Leclerc as a result of that fighting, as Yin Moriz goes up into P14.
Juice is actually going faster than the McLaren.
That is interesting.
BMH is gonna overtake him into this corner, going for a dive.
Goes wide, goes off the track, but keeps the position. No, he doesn't. He spins. That is his race ruined. I mean, maybe not ruined. He's in P8, still contending for points.
Vettel catching up to BMH now.
Yeah, he's now gonna have someone to fight even more. As BMH is now 2.5 seconds behind Wards, will be very difficult for him to move up any positions. As Wards is going to be going for an overtake probably on Supra as we get into a DRS zone. Slipstream is very strong. We will definitely see something here. Maybe. No, we don't. Yuri takes a little peek down the inside but doesn't go for it.
Ooh, that's really close. Vettel is not playing it safe right now with BMH. He's going to get closer and closer each lap, though. 130s. He's going through these corners that kind of look like the S's at Suzuka, to be fair.
That is true. Vettel will definitely want to catch him. BMH, however, being a really strong driver, is going to do his best to defend that position. And
meanwhile, Marcel catching up to Vettel now. He's looking to be soon making a move on the Williams. But not yet, because that Williams will have DRS. Is he going to overtake BMH? Yes, he does. He gets straight line speed over the McLaren. McLaren wants to take it back, but he's going to keep it. Vettel overtakes BMH, but then into this corner, BMH is going to overtake him. Vettel fails to make the overtake.
That is incredible. They are fighting very closely. There's also at the front of the grid, Rico still hasn't managed to make an overtake. Latifi holding that position very well, as Wards takes a little look down the inside but doesn't go for it, as now we go into a DRS zone.
Latifi's nationality.
Yori goes down the inside, takes the position away from Juice, now ahead, definitely will want to keep that. Yeah, the grid is packed really closely.
To struggle on the energy.
Yeah,
He's losing time, but gaining it again through these S corners.
Yeah, definitely fighting with BMH, a strong driver. It will, of course, be difficult, and you will have to use a lot of energy to be able to catch up to him. However, BMH is at a disadvantage because he does not have DRS, being 3 seconds behind Wards, as we have a caution. Oh, as Trompetus goes off the track, slows down, and now he is rejoining, sending him into P14. Mare now wanting to take that, and does so. As now
Vettel gaining time on the BMH yet again. I'm still looking at this fight because, to me, it doesn't look too bad.
To be fair, with DRS, Vettel will definitely be catching him, and BMH just has to hope that him defending doesn't lose him so much time. But that gap between...
Vettel is on 16% ERS, BMH on 25%.
He definitely is trying to defend as strongly as he can, being out of DRS range. And
they are going to go over DRS now. Vettel losing time on the straight.
BMH definitely using his battery there to keep that position because he knows with... and there's a lockup. Yeah, Mare leaves the session. Interesting.
Give me 2 seconds, Oh, he hasn't just added... Oh, that's fine. It's a Fina. It's a Fina.
Wards gets a time penalty for...
3 seconds. It's a tie in the penalties championship between Wards, Bank 6 and Yinma Riz.
Yeah, again, that just shows how difficult track limits are on this track, especially when you're racing in the league. It will be difficult to keep within the lines, trying to make up as many positions as possible, of course. As Yori moves into P4 ahead of Juice, has a little lockup there. Juice will be trying to get that position back.
Looking at Yinma Riz here, he's just done an overtake on Lucas. What a move! Dive bombing him into the corner. He's gonna keep it though. Perfect, smooth and fluid movements.
There are a lot of battles as we are on lap 7 and not much time separates the grid. The whole grid being within at least 20 seconds and the whole front of the grid up to P10 only being within about 5-6 seconds of each other. So that is...
Tsrl is still watching the fight over here, even though he wants to get over Vettel.
As Wards
moves up, is he going to be able to?
As Wards moves up into P6, definitely wanting to make up time for those time penalties.
God. Oh, Oh, Marcel's just overtaken Vettel. Oh, Vettel kind of lost a bit of power on the turn, and he's going to keep the position through the S corners.
Marcel, a very good driver at P2 in the last race. He definitely will be wanting to catch BMH now, as he is capable of, as he has shown.
Please drop me an invite.
I already did.
Thanks.
As Rico goes round the outside. Oh, he tries to get that as Trumpeters gets a 3-second time penalty. Rico not being able to make the move on Latifi.
He's struggling.
Marcel keeping P9 despite Vettel's tries to gain it back, but Vettel
pushing to the best of his abilities, but it's not going to work out here.
Very true, as Hamilton goes up into P15, just a simple DRS overtake, but Mares, of course, only just back in the session. It is very interesting to see these battles, as this is a very difficult track and the grid isn't that far away from each other, and Rico definitely still chasing down.
BMH has a bit of a snap of oversteer round the corner. Marcel gaining more time on him now.
Yeah, Marcel within DRS range of BMH. Definitely will be going for that overtake soon, as BMH will not have DRS, and Marcel and BMH, very closely matched drivers. With that DRS, that might just be enough to get Marcel ahead and trying to chase for higher positions.
He's getting closer and closer. But is he going to be able to do it?
That is something we will have to see.
It's the Aston Martin power, more powerful than the McLaren power. We'll just have to see now. They're getting really close to each other. He locks the brakes.
Yeah, he is definitely trying extremely hard for that position. Now, the battle between P1 and P2 very close. P3 now 3 seconds behind Rico, just showing that gap.
Rico really still not getting ahead of Tsrl T1.
Mare gets
He's
3
using
second
all
time.
of the possible energy and power that he has to his utility, but it's not working.
BMH trying his best to break that DRS range before the detection line, and I think he has just managed by... Oh, maybe he hasn't. As Ward goes up into P5, battling with Juice, they go side by side, but Juice just manages to keep that.
But Ward's
still chasing him down closely. Oh, that would be extremely risky. I don't think that's worth going for.
I don't know what he has planned, but he has plans. He's let the man cook.
Very interesting now. BMH trying his best to break DRS range from Marcel, because he knows as soon as Marcel gets that DRS, he will be able to overtake him, most likely, considering how closely matched drivers they are. As Wards goes back up into P5, they go side by side, and this time Wards manages to keep the position. However, he is flashing, which means his DRS is under 10%. However, Juice is not, so we will be trying for that position again, as Mare gets 3 second time penalty for corner cutting.
He's now leading the penalties championship of this race.
Yeah, that is incredible. As Supra is getting very close to Juice. Now, Juice, who was just battling Wards, will now have Supra to battle. Of course, no one's making it easy for anyone. As Leclerc goes into the pits now.
I think I've just got an idea.
As Leclerc...
So you can hear some noises from my microphone for a minute, just ignore it.
Yeah, so Leclerc goes onto that soft tyre. Super chasing down Juice.
This is why you keep old chairs. Let's go.
Yeah, Marcel back within DRS range of BMH. He will just have to pray he can stay in it and catch him, because he will want to fight for those front positions with his strategies. Bank 6 gets a 3-second time penalty, probably for track limits. So that moves his time penalty up to 6.
He's got it.
Oh, they go side by side. Who will keep the position? Rico pushes him wide. Oh, as Rico has the inside, but he backs out to avoid a collision. But he goes down the inside here. Will he be able to hold it? No, he won't. Very interesting. Haven't seen him before, but he is doing incredible, holding off Rico, who before had not.
You're a legend.
Yeah, Rico before not having such hard battles. Latifi is making it so much harder for him today, and that is what we want to see: intense battles. As Rico is following very closely behind him, as Lucas gets a 3-second time penalty, a new driver for time penalties, as Wards is now in P4, definitely going to want to challenge for those front positions, as he is in DRS range with a P3, which he definitely has a chance for the podium, as long as his strategy goes well, and he makes up enough time so that time penalty does not matter anymore.
This is insane.
Oh, and BMH.
On point today.
BMH gets a time penalty for track limits. That is good for Marcel. He definitely did that, trying to defend against Marcel, which will be very helpful to his race.
Behind BMH, no matter what happens during this race, he is going to get that position anyways.
As Leclerc moves in front of Bank 6 into the points.
It's going to happen. Side by side, they go into the corner. He's got the inside line. Marcel gets the position, but BMH might strike back through the inside line. He gets the position back off. Marcel keeps struggling behind BMH to keep the position of P7.
Yeah, that is incredible. A very close fight, in fact. And on that medium tire, Marcel will definitely start to struggle.
Just entered the pits. Let's see what can he do.
So Marcel moves up into P5. Leclerc sets the fastest lap with a 1:36.1. Vettel moves into P6. A few drivers
BMH
into the pits now.
On the mediums. 80's now back into P12.
So BMH on those mediums will probably be going for another stop later on, I believe, maybe near the end of the race, or not. It depends. It's very interesting to see what strategy these drivers have.
Meanwhile, Leclerc, he looks like he's going to make a move on Vettel soon.
Oh, as Rico moves into P1. Rico moves up into P1.
Gets it after a long battle, but is Latifi going to get it back? No, he isn't.
He won't. Rico finally keeps it, that position he's been wanting for the past 13 laps, just following, trailing behind Latifi. But if he can do it,
some major dominance.
If he can do it all that time with DRS, it makes you think, will Latifi just get that straight back? And will he not struggle if his defense was so great against Rico that even with DRS he held him off for so many laps? As we see now that Latifi has DRS, will he go for a move here? No, he won't.
No! He backs out the last minute there.
Yeah, he definitely will be trailing him closely here though, as Vettel goes into the pits.
I forgot how comfortable this chat was, honestly. I don't know why I didn't just keep using it.
As Yin, actually in the pits, never mind. As Supra following closely behind Ward, you will want to get that provisional podium place right now.
Moves are starting to be made now.
Ward's with that time penalty. He will want to make up that time, but Supra is not letting him. He's following him closely, wanting to gain that position, knowing that it will not let Wards make up that time. As Latifi goes around the outside, inside, sorry, and he gets the position back, holding off Rico. He got it straight back in that DRS zone. On the
after the initial overtake, this is crazy.
That just shows Rico has an incredible challenger. Maybe Latifi having a bit better pace, considering he got that position straight back with DRS, and it took Rico quite a few laps. That makes you think. Who?
Latifi bits.
Yeah,
he gets the overtake and then he bits.
Yeah, definitely will just want to be slowing Rico down at that point, so Rico has less of a lead, so it is easier for Latifi to catch up. And we will definitely see Latifi try move up the grid as fast as he can to get back and make sure Rico does not manage to get that overcut later. As
Max Verstappen.
As Yori sets the fastest lap, comes out, and Juice comes out just in front of Marcel in the pits. Out of the pits, sorry. So now we see Supra behind Wards. You're still fighting, kept around the same gap. So maybe Supra will manage to get that position, or maybe he won't. We'll just have to see. But as Leclerc gets a time penalty, track limits, of course, as Supra is just not letting Wards open that gap, which will hurt him, making him move down a place or even two maybe later. As Supra goes for the move, he moves into P2. Wards just knows that he will not be able to make up that time, and he will probably, in that 3-second time penalty, will probably affect him.
For the minute.
Yeah.
It's such a shame though, because the team principal of that team, honestly, amazing.
Yeah, Wards being half a second behind Supra, he will definitely try to go for that move as Rico goes into the pits. As Supra has a little... No, he just goes into the pits as well. And so does Wards, which will put Leclerc into the lead of the race for now, but of course that will not be his net position, so he can enjoy that leaderboard for now as much as he wants, but he will not end up in that position. As Latifi comes out just in front of Rico, that is definitely what he wanted, to get that to not
second gap as well. That's just a bonus.
Yeah, to not let Rico get that overcut, of course. That is why he went for that last lap over in-lap overtake.
Let Latifi cook, Jesus Christ.
As Juice gets a 3-second time penalty, that will definitely hurt him, because he was fighting for the front. He was moving up the grid even before the pit stops, so it will just be quite interesting to see now how he holds up.
Latifi cuts, he gets the pole, he gets the top. He's on the top. Wow. I love the English language. Just glorious.
Yeah, very true. Leclerc with that time penalty, he will want to continue in a high position so he can try get a higher place. But I believe, has he came into the pits yet, or did he just pit earlier? As Wards moves in front of Supra.
He's already been for his pit stop, actually.
Yeah, so he will have to pit before the end of the race.
He's on 5-lap-old hards now.
Will he want to... Oh, as Yin Mariz moves in front of Bank 6, both with time penalties, as Latifi sets the fastest lap on those fresh mediums. That is incredible. He just extending that lead in front of Leclerc, 1.5 seconds already. As Rico will definitely be chasing down P2 and then probably Latifi again. He will want to fight him for the lead of the race.
This is the racing action here at Kota, it's like if you took Qatar and Belgium and put them together.
You know, I don't think we're going to see a safety car this race. Most drivers being extremely
I
clean.
don't see a safety car happening.
Like, of course, a couple of collisions at the start of the race, but that did not bring a safety car out as no one retired.
Yeah, no, other than you.
Yeah, of course. As Rico moves into P2 with DRS ahead of Leclerc, he will now be chasing Latifi, and with his pace, he definitely can do. But of course,
yeah, he's got to make up 2.2 seconds.
But of course, him not having DRS and Leclerc behind him, who actually Rico is now breaking the DRS from Leclerc, so he will not have to defend from someone behind with DRS.
Meanwhile,
he can just
Wards is getting close to overtaking BMH.
Yeah.
They are close, next to each other even.
As Rico,
but BMH is also gaining the gap to Juice.
Yeah, that would be interesting. And Rico sets the fastest lap now on his fresh mediums, which will be and he is gaining time on Latifi, of course, with that fastest lap. So he can just focus and
Not Wards is not gonna. He's gonna get the position.
Oh, did they have a bit of contact? Oh, is he gonna be able to keep it? Yeah.
But they're still fighting.
He has the inside here, and he does keep that position. Incredible. Supra behind them will definitely be looking to make a move with them battling, but I don't think he can.
And now Wards is also catching up to Juice.
Yeah, as Vettel gets to
3
3 seconds. So now, again, like last race, we are seeing most drivers, more with than not, with time penalties.
DRS now for Wards. They're going to go side by side. Wards is going to outtake the performance. And Jukes is now left to try and get the position back. And no, Supra's going to sneak in and take the position as well.
Yeah, Wards and Supra.
Oh, it's a DRS train.
Yeah, Wards and Supra just before were flashing. With that for low ERS, which will probably hurt them. Now Wards will definitely have to use that as he is in front of the DRS train, which means he will not have DRS, and there are 3 drivers behind him who will be trying to overtake each other, battling, probably taking him with them. There's caution, sector 1. I don't think that was anything, to be fair.
Yeah, I think that was just a false positive.
Yeah, just F123. As Wards opening up that gap between him and Supra, he want to break that DRS. As Supra is breaking the DRS from Juice, as Yin Mariz moves up into P11. He is 8 seconds behind Vettel for a point position as Lucas gets a 3-second time penalty, which I believe is the second one. Bank 6 gets another time penalty.
12 seconds!
Incredible, it just shows how difficult it is to keep within the track on this circuit. As Yuri moves up into P3 with that DRS ahead of Leclerc. And Leclerc with that time penalty.
It's Mercedes 1, McLaren 2, and Mercedes 3.
Yeah, Leclerc with that time penalty is now ruining his hopes of getting a podium position, especially on those older tyres now. He decided to pit early. So
the only thing that could complete the pattern is BMH.
Yeah, as
getting past Juk Supra, not Wards and Leclerc.
There's Bank 6 and Yin Mariz side by side, but Bank 6 manages to get that position as they are still fighting. Yin Mariz now gets ahead of them. Leclerc going for a move here, and he makes it on Yuri, going back into P3. As now Wards is also side by side with Yuri, but he does end up behind him. They will want to make that a Ferrari 3-4. but will they be able to?
Steiner is probably proud of his team.
Oh, as Juice spins! Oh, that was Marcel actually, or Juice, I don't know.
That was Jukes. Marcel is fine, but he is a bit more understeery than usual.
Oh, as Lucas retires from the session, is that going to be a safety car?
I don't think it will be. It is not. Hold on.
As Rico is now within DRS range of Latifi, just showing his pace. Now, especially on those slightly fresh tyres, Mare with a
Safety
3-second
car's on
time.
reduced, but the thing is, it didn't trigger it.
Yeah, Mare, another 3-second time penalty. Yori moves into P3, fighting with Supra, but no, Supra manages to hold that position. No, they're side by side. Through goes Leclerc. Oh, and Yori ends up in the lead. Supra going off the track there, losing him a lot of time. Bank 6 moving up into P11. That is incredible. That is an extremely close fight. It moved Supra off the track, unfortunately. As now Rico is 3/10 behind Latifi. Wards moves up. Oh, with DRS now ahead. Supra moves up into P5. However, Leclerc going for that move on him. He will not manage. This is just incredible, this DRS train. Yinmar is a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings. Rico is now... Oh, and Marcel moves up into P8. And Rico now catching Latifi.
That feels like a Fernando is faster than you moment.
Yeah, that... Very true. So from a 2.5 second gap, Rico has now managed to catch Latifi. As he goes down the outside.
He's gonna have the inside line, which means he can get the position back.
Oh, and Latifi pushes him slightly wide, as he does not, as Lucas leaves the session. Supra moves up into P4.
Latifi is just chasing for Rico's seat or something.
Ward's having a
God,
slide.
there's contact between Supra and Wards.
That is unfortunate. Supra now at the front
Wards
of the...
is really oversteery now.
Yeah, Supra now at the front of the DRS train, I believe, on slightly fresh tyres. Bank 6 moves up into P11. Him and Yin having fought for the past few laps. Yin tries to go around the outside. He does not make it, though. And
Rico's going to get the position off of Latifi, but Latifi's going to get it back off it.
Oh, just an exit for Latifi. That was very good for him. As Marcel moves up into P7 with Ward's Ghost. They had a very intimate moment there. As Marcel has a little look down the inside, but backs out.
My brain cells are like slowly cooking.
It will be interesting to see what drivers can break out of that DRS train. Supra already
Marcel's
managing.
Catching up to not Wards. He's trying his best to push, but he's not pushing enough.
Yeah, just...
Oh, Wards goes a bit over, goes nearly off track there.
And Rico goes for the move, has the inside line, and does he make it? Now,
No, he doesn't.
Latifi having the inside line. They're side by side, and
this is insane.
Latifi keeps it, denies Rico that first place.
He
that
shuts the door on him as well.
Yeah, it denies Rico that first place that he is looking for, especially with his performance in the past few races. Ward's moving ahead.
Chasing for BMH's seat for real.
Marcel trying to get ahead of Wards here. And will he manage? Maybe. Marcel P2 last race.
Froze for a second.
Oh, Rico takes a little look down the inside, but he does not manage to get ahead. Just chasing him with that slipstream. Latifi still managing to defend that. That is incredible. Wonder what Rico will have to say.
Rico apparently got registered as a 2-second gap for me.
Oh.
That does not look like 2 seconds. That looks like about 2/10 of a second.
Yeah, it's 3/10. As now Rico and Latifi are now the two closest drivers on the grid with only a 3-second gap. Sorry, not 3-second, 4/10 gap. Is actually now Marcel. Will
I mean,
he
it's
be going
starting to
for that
become a
overtake?
3-second gap. Oh, Rico snaps his tyres on a straight.
Oh, that is unfortunate. He is now 2 seconds behind Latifi. All that progress he has just made, all gone in about half a second. That is unfortunate. Now, a 2-second gap. With those fresher tyres, he probably will be able to start catching up, but very slowly. In those 5 laps remaining of this race, will he be able to get that position back? As Marcel goes round the
race is
outside, has a little
insane.
lockup and does not manage to get the position from Wards, unfortunately for him. But what he knows is all he has to do is follow closely behind Wards, don't break out of DRS, and he will be able to get that position from him because of Wards' time penalty. And now I think everyone is going to continue their stint to the end of the race. Mayor at the back of the grid with 60 seconds behind with time penalties. That's not a good race
Bank
for him.
6 was looking to make a move on Yin, but decided to back out.
Yeah, Rico will definitely be very upset about what happened to him. Oh, and they have a little bit of contact, Marcel and Wards? I don't know, but that looked awfully close there. Marcel on those hard tires, I think. Yeah, with Wards on mediums in front, but his mediums will slowly start to decrease in grip, and Marcel probably will be able to make that overtake eventually, as those hard tires will be faster. As we have a caution sector 2. What was that? We see the ghost of...
We have 4 seconds left to go in this Grand Prix.
4 laps.
4 laps. Jinx.
Yeah. As Marcel...
Marcel's just made the move on not Wards, but
However, Wards has the inside. Marcel's still wanting that. He takes the inside. Oh, that is...
I swear, I genuinely thought his wheel was about to come off or something.
Yeah, definitely. That was awfully close. Wards just being ghosted as Yin and Bank fight very closely, but someone there had a little slide. I believe it was Bank.
Ghosting been off, that would have been the deadliest crash in motorsports history.
That definitely would have ended up in a safety car or something like that. They went through each other. Now, Marcel with DRS, Wards not having any, will he be able to hold that position? And he probably will going into turn 1 with a half a second gap.
Yin's about to make a move! Bank 6! Actually, he's going to make a move, not Yin. But Yin's going to get more speed and takes back the position.
Yeah.
And Bank 6 forced to stay behind for another lap and snaps!
Yeah, Yin and Bank 6 just for the past 10 or so laps have just been trading positions. It's incredible to see how they are just so similar in pace that the only thing keeping them close, the only thing letting them overtake is DRS, and they are just swapping positions and fighting every lap. As Rico is now trying to get into DRS range of Latifi.
3 laps left to go.
And now
I think he can make this time up. You just have to get extremely lucky and not lock his rears.
Oh, as Marcel moves up into P7 now, cleanly in front of Wards, leaving him more than a whole second behind. Definitely. Oh, and Wards leaves the session.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing.
So now Rico with DRS chasing down Latifi with 2 laps left of the race. Actually, well, 3 whole laps. He will be trying his best to get that position. Now with DRS, he just has to hope when he gets that position, they don't trade again the lap after. So a last lap overtake for him across the line would be amazing. As Juice fighting with Wards, who's left the session. We're fighting with the Wards as AI, moves up into P8, making it An Aston Martin 7.8 is now Rico behind Latifi, not gaining too much time here. But again, he made it up from 2 seconds. Will he be going for a move
I
here
think he
with
might go
DRS?
for it.
No, he won't. He was just a bit too
He
far.
locks the rears as well.
Yeah, bank 6, another 3-second time penalty. I believe that takes him up to 15.
18.
Oh, 18.
18 seconds.
Incredible. That is now more drivers with penalties than not. And 18 seconds. That's just gonna. To be fair, that's not gonna make him lose any positions. Hamilton a whole 30 seconds behind him, unless he
That's
manages to get more
bloody
penalties.
Massive.
Yeah. So, Vettel he's fighting with Ward's his AI, not really bothering since it's his ghost. Is caution, Hamilton goes off and he retires from the session.
It's not going to be a VSC.
Yeah, it won't be. That is unfortunate for Hamilton, that retirement. He, I think, may have spun or something like that and just went off, and since he is at the back of the grid, there is just no point, and he retires from the race. Now Mayor at the back with time penalties.
He'll do 90% of the race distance though, so he technically will still be qualified.
Yeah, that is true. Now, lap 20, we start lap 27. Rico following Latifi closely. Ian Morris moves up into P10.
The question is Rico going to make a move into this corner?
Wards,
Will he do it?
Never mind.
No, he won't! Latifi's still keeping on the inside line.
Now, he has to hope he can get that last lap overtake across the line, or he is stuck in P2. These two drivers have been battling for almost every single lap of the race. However, Latifi managing to keep that P1 and get an overtaken. He instantly gets it back, making it very difficult for Rico, who clearly has the pace, but Latifi has the defense.
Struggling.
That is true. Even with Rico's pace, Latifi has just this incredible defense that he's not anywhere close to being dirty. However,
He's snapping.
Yeah, now Rico with DRS, he will be going for the over. No, he won't. He doesn't even take a look down the inside.
That would be stupid. That would be extremely stupid.
Yeah, that would be very stupid. Now he just has to hope that with whatever pace he has in him and just crack down on Latifi's defense. Will he be able to do that? We don't know. Now these are the two.
Not the S's. Not the S's.
Yeah, not here, of course. But these are the two closest drivers on the grid. Everyone being separated by at least a second. And
they touch. He forces Latifi off.
And is that Rico's fault? Did he make a mistake there, causing them to touch?
He made a mistake. No, I think Latifi brake checked him, but then he hit him anyway.
So that they are both flashing, both on really low ERS. Oh, and Rico gets a 5-second penalty. Will that be his fault? Maybe.
That's a legal overtake.
Okay, maybe for the standings, that penalty might be removed by the stewards and the official race finish.
That should not be removed. That should not be removed.
It depends. They will definitely review that and see if that was Rico's fault in the end, if he got brake checked or not. As they go, almost they are about to go on to the start-finish straight, and unfortunately Latifi, yeah, he's not going to make that. 6/10 behind now. Onto the start-finish straight.
Still gonna get the position
So
anyway.
Rico goes across the line in first to win the race. Well,
no, it's
actually
Latifi wins the Texas Grand Prix. Well done to Latifi. Rico.
Supra goes across the line in P3. Yori goes across P4. It's interesting to see what it will be after time penalties. P5 for Leclerc. Those drivers at the front not losing any positions. Marcel finishing P6 behind BMH P7. BMH has another accident on the start-finish straight, as we saw last race. He loses his wheel.
He's qualified. He gets DNF'd.
Oh. That he went across the start finish line though.
He went across it, but then the game was like, nah, fam, that's not how we play
Oh,
it.
that will be so unfortunate for BMH. And how has he done that 2 races in a row?
I don't bloody know, but it's just genius comedy. But again, well done to Nicholas Latifi, and Rico and Supra. So we
Yeah.
hope to see them in post-race interviews in a few seconds' time. But first we gotta get to the results, obviously. So we gotta wait for trumpetus.
And now,
Trumpetus. There we go.
yeah, BMH did cross the line, but for some
His
reason,
AI doesn't know how to deal with Mar.
however, Ward's Yori gets driver of the day. He'll be happy about that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
That was extremely interesting, and
Unfortunately, I don't know Latifi's nationality, so I am unable to play the. I'm unable to play his national anthem.
he is Italian. Hold on, I'll get that up really quick.
All right, but congratulations to Latifi on the podium here.
Oh shit, that's an ad. Is that capturing? Hold on.
And here it is. Is Latifi wins the race. I need to snip this quickly.
But BMH did cross the line, so that should count for him.
Unfortunately.
There's the Italian national anthem for Latifi, who's won that race. Huh? Yep.
Hello, 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 hello.
Yeah, so we will now be on with the post-race interviews in a second.
Yeah, we're just gonna wait for a few more drivers to appear, and then we'll get going. All right, we only have 2 drivers in here, so we're just gonna get going with it. First of all, let's talk with Marcus, who got P3, I think. So, hello, Marcus. Marcus, are you receiving you? Okay. Right, while we're waiting for Marcus, Rico, hello, hello.
Hello.
So, how did you think your race went today?
Pretty good. Until my fucking cat decided to jump on my lap.
About that last lap incident, what happened?
I have no clue, man.
Because it looked to me like a brake check.
Yeah. I'll sort it out with him. I obviously know he didn't do it on purpose, but it was just stupid.
Yeah.
If he
A
moved
lot-
off the line and then did the exact same what he did, then it would have been still dangerous, but less dangerous. But yeah.
A lot of people got penalties this race. How did you manage to stay away from them?
Drive between the white lines.
Take some notes from a champion.
Nah, but like on this game, my race pace is very consistent, and I barely make any mistakes. Like not crashes, but like mistakes. For example, going throttle early or whatever. So I guess that's why, since I'm like very consistent.
If you had to pick a driver today that's very notable to you, who would it be?
Gio, or whatever his name is.
Latifi.
Yeah, Latifi. He's very good at defending. Like I couldn't get past him. I tried everything: switchback, braking later.
Yeah, for nearly the entire race, you two were fighting, inseparable.
Yeah, like I was staying behind him as long as I could because I knew his tires were worse than me. Like he had like 10% more on the mediums than I had, so I was like blessed. Like 7% at the end of his stint than I had, so I was like monitoring that the whole time. And yeah, it's like it was like trying to save my own tires. So when he pits, I could do one more lap, so I had even more fresher mediums than him. So I was like basically managing, but like I tried to overtake him, but like I just couldn't. He's like really good at defending.
I mean, to be fair, Marcus didn't actually want to be on a team with him. What do you think of that personally?
Marcus is washed, bro.
Marcus T.
Yeah, I think he was scared to be his teammate to get humiliated. That's why I think.
That is completely fair, actually.
Understandable. I think that's why my teammate pinned it into the wall. like when he crossed the finish line. Like he didn't want to be like P6 and like that far behind me, you know? No, I'm joking. Bro, my teammate is the goat, man. Like he helped me win the. I think what race was it? Like
He helped you in France, definitely.
yeah, that's what I mean. Yeah.
Because he was absolutely defending for you. He was
Yeah.
using all of his willpower and life to make sure you were not overtaken.
Yeah, it was like Magnussen on Jeddah. I think it was Magnussen. I don't know. One of the two horses.
And finally, do you have anything you want to say personally?
Oh, it was one of the hardest races I've done here. Well, it was the hardest race I've done here because like first my cat tried to ruin my race by jumping on my lap. I've sent a clip in the tier 1 chat. I'll ping you in it so you can see it for yourself.
Yeah, I did end up looking at it.
But yeah, like my cat tried to sabotage me and then like that last lap. But like eventually I won, so that was good. So.
I mean, yeah. All right. Thank you to Rico.
Thank you for commentating, like always.
And finally, we have Marcus, who got P3, I think.
Hello?
Did you get P3? Just
Yeah.
checking.
Yeah, I got P3, yeah.
How did your race go? Because you were personally involved with more racing action than anybody else during this race.
Yeah, it was pretty tough actually. I was working with Wards. So you can see that he passed me a couple of times quite easily.
Yeah. If anyone was ruining a race, who would it be?
I mean, my race didn't really get ruined, so no one.
But who was the best person you encountered with during your race?
I mean, not really best. It was between like Leclerc, Yuri, Wards, and Ben as well.
Yeah, you kind of keeping it consistent between those people and actually getting to a not bad position. Is there anything personally that you want to say about today's race?
I think that was my 10th podium in TSRL. 10th career podium. So yeah, I'm pretty happy with that.
Congratulations. Now, final question. You used to be part of Red Bull, if I'm not wrong.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to leave?
Well, main reason was because I had no proper good teammate there, and I wanted to join Kevin as my teammate. So two big reasons, and yeah, basically that's why.
That is actually pretty smart. All right, thank you, Marcus.
Yeah, thank you for commentating.
And finally, we have Yuri, who came in at the last minute there.
Yo,
Where did you finish in the race, to remind me?
P4, I think, yeah.
Well done for that result. You almost got the podium position, but you didn't get it. You nearly had a few crashes and stuff. But what do
Yeah.
you personally think about your race?
I am extremely terrible in qualifying, so that always never helps me. And I had to overtake everyone to get up to my position. But yeah, I did some a bit stupid moves. Thankfully, no one crashed though. And yeah, it was a fun race because I think I had some pretty good pace. Like it was close to the top two at the medium stint. At the first stint, yeah.
It, yeah. What? Oh wow. If you had to quote anyone for almost ruining your race or ruining it, who would that be?
Uh, it. I don't really think anyone really ruined my race. I think it would probably be though Wards and Zeus X something, the Aston Martin. Mostly because they kept just trying to overtake me when I was faster, and I couldn't get on with my race because they kept diving me and trying to overtake.
And finally, you're on a team owned by Mar, which he uses as his driver academy. What are the chances you think that you'll get into McLaren? What do you think is the possibility of it happening in the near time and the future?
I don't really like the McLaren car, so I would probably refuse. Uh, I'm with the Mercedes, I think, for like a few seasons. So after that, I don't know what will happen. It's a long time till then.
It is up to Mar what happens to you, but thank you, Yuri.
Thank you too, and good job on the commentating in the races. It's always fun when you commentate.
Thank you. And that is all of the drivers for today's post-race interviews. We got some insight from Rico, a look at Marcus's race, and a view at Yuri's. So, thank you all for watching Tier 1 of TSRL. I hope you all have a great night, and I hope that I never have to hear the Dutch national anthem ever again. Thank you all for watching.
Thank you. It was a good race. Goodbye.
Yeah, even here we're listening to the Dutch anthem, even in TSRL.